Good morning, everybody. Question. What is the most all-encompassing verse in the entire Torah? Seems like an impossible question, but the rabbis actually debated this over 2,000 years ago in the Talmud. One of the rabbis says, the most important verse in the entire Torah, of course, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one, the declaration of monotheism. Seems like a good answer. Another opinion, says another rabbi, is V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. You should love your neighbor like you love yourself. Also, a very reasonable candidate for the most all-encompassing verse in the Torah. Then a third rabbi comes along and he says, no, I'll tell you the most all-encompassing, most important, if you will, verse in the Torah. And he quotes a verse from this week's Parsha. And the verse says, every day in the morning you shall offer an offering, and every day in the afternoon you shall bring a second offering. This is what we call the Korban Tamid, the daily offering that was brought every single day, rain or shine, without exception, twice a day, once in the morning and once in the afternoon in the temple, a sacrifice that was brought. Now, how could that be more all-encompassing than Shema Yisrael, or more all-encompassing than love your neighbor as yourself? What is it that's so special about this verse from our portion this week? And I'll tell you something else. Yesterday was a fast day. And not only was it a fast day, but it was the beginning of a period that we just entered into on the Jewish calendar called the 3 weeks of mourning. These are the 3 weeks leading up to the 9th of Av. Tisha B'Av, the day that the temples were destroyed. And it began yesterday. And the Talmud, the rabbis in the Talmud tell us that 5 terrible things, 5 tragedies occurred on the 17th of Tammuz, which was yesterday. The temple, the walls of the city were breached, and an idol was placed in the temple. A Torah scroll was burned. On this day, Moses took the tablets and smashed them when he came down from Mount Sinai and saw the Jewish people worshiping idols. Those are really bad things. And then the Talmud says there was a 5th thing. The daily offering, the daily sacrifice, ceased to exist during the siege on this particular day. How does that even compare? The daily offering compares to an idol in the holy temple, or burning a Torah scroll? There's something about this daily offering that's brought every single day, rain or shine. That's why it's called the Korban Tamid. It's every day, that has something fundamental to do with Judaism. You know, we all want to get closer to God. We all want to feel spiritual connection. And there are moments in life that are inspiring, whatever it might be, some experience that we have, a class that we hear, a trip that we take, coming to land of Israel, meeting inspiring people. There are certain things in life that inspire us. That's great, wonderful. The holidays, sitting in the Sukkah, Rosh Hashanah, hearing the shofar, wonderful. But what do you do with that inspiration? How do you take that inspiration and translate it into the single day, day in and day out? You know what the Torah tells us? If you want to be close to God, don't look for those great inspiring moments. If you want to be close to God, focus on the nitty-gritty of daily Jewish life. Give tzedakah. Return lost objects. Don't speak lashon hara. Judaism is a commitment on the daily, consistent level. That's what the rabbi is telling us. The most important thing in the Torah, yeah, love your neighbor as yourself, of course, and yeah, Shema, the inspiration of monotheism. But if you really, truly want to grow spiritually, you have to be connected and focused to something on a daily basis. And that's my challenge for you for this coming Shabbat, to think about this and to contemplate and to consider, what is something that I can commit to? But when I say commit, I mean commit every day. No matter what happens, nothing is going to stop me. That is where real spiritual growth takes place. That's why when this sacrifice, the daily sacrifice, ceased to exist during the times of the temple, it's a day of tragedy and mourning. And that's why Rabbi Shimon ben Pazi tells us that that's the most important verse in the Torah. So find something that you can do, something small. It doesn't have to be anything huge, but make a commitment to do it every single day, and that's where you'll see true spiritual growth. Wishing everybody a wonderful Shabbos. Shabbat Shalom from Yerushalayim.